You are listening to RetroLovers Radio, your go-to broadcast for positive nostalgia.
What a wonderful night. You're listening to RetroLovers Radio, a space for music, memories, and for positive nostalgia. Tonight we're stepping back to ask a big question. Why does the 80s sound like the 80s? That instantly recognizable sound that you can identify in just a few seconds. Where did it come from? The 80s didn't start sounding like the 80s overnight. In the late 70s, music was still guitar driven, warm, organic, heavily influenced by rock and disco. But technology was about to change everything. And when technology changes, music follows. One of the biggest shifts was the arrival of synthesizers and drum machines. Think about the Roland TR-808, released in 1980. It didn't sound like a real drum kit, and that was exactly the point. Listen to songs like Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by Eurythmics from 1983, Just Can't Get Enough by Depeche Mode of 1981. Those electronic beats created a colder, cleaner, and futuristic feel. Music started sounding like the future. Another key factor was the rise of producers as architects of sound. Let's talk about Trevor Horn, producer of The Buggles, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and ABC. Listen to Video Killed the Radio Star from 1971, but foundational, or Relax from 1983. These records were layered, precise, polished. The studio itself became an instrument. Then there's Quincy Jones. His work with Michael Jackson on Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad combined funk with pop with electronic textures. Songs like Beat It and Billie Jean define what mainstream 80s pop would sound like. Even guitars changed in the 80s. They became brighter, sharper, more processed. Think about Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears on 1985. That clean, shimmering guitar tone is pure 80s. Or The Power of Love by Hugh Lewis and the News, also in 1985. Rock was still there, but it adapted to the new sonic landscape. And this sound worked because it matched the moment. The 80s were about speed, optimism, excess, imagination, possibilities. The music sounded bigger, cleaner, more confident. It reflected a world looking forward, not backward. This new sound filled everyday life. It came through Walkmans, car stereos, boom boxes, MTV, and because it was so distinct, it attached itself strongly to memory. That's why today one synth line is enough to take you back instantly, right? So this is a great moment to remind you that RetroLovers Radio is also a live experience. Every Friday night we go live with the 90s Lovers Show, and every Saturday night with the 80s Lovers Show, both at 7 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel and simultaneously on Kick. After the first part on YouTube, around 90 minutes to 2 hours, we continue live on Kick for another 4 hours or until the destiny tell us what to do. And where we enjoy full music videos, longer sessions, your song requests, audio messages, and even live phone calls with me. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel and the notifications, also on Kick, to make sure you join us on every Friday and Saturday. And also, if you want to join our public community on Facebook to interact with like-minded people, you can do it on search for RetroLovers Radio Nostalgia, 80s, 90s Nostalgia. The 80s sound wasn't accidental. It was built in studios with machines by people willing to experiment. That's why it still feels unique. It doesn't belong to any other decade. But before we go, let me ask you this. What do you think defines the 80s sound? Is it the synth, the drum machines, the big production? Tell me in the comments down below on YouTube. And feel free also to join our public Facebook group, RetroLovers Radio 80s 90s Nostalgia, where these conversations continue. So thank you for being here. Remember to take care of your loved ones and remember what truly matters in your life. I'm Nick, and this was RetroLovers Radio.